Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about something that's on every technology leader's mind, generative AI. Everywhere you look, there is a talk of transformation. But let's be honest, for many, it still feels more like a parade of impressive demos rather than a true revolution in enterprise. We see the potentials, we hear the buzz, but how do we move from the wow factor to tangible, sustainable business transformation? That's precisely what we are talking about today. My goal is to cut through the hype and provide you with a pragmatic framework for leveraging GenAI, not just for interesting experiments, but for real, measurable impacts within your organization. This isn't about chasing the latest model. It's about making smart decisions that drive value. The biggest trap I've seen leaders fall into with emerging technology is starting with the technology itself. And GenAI is no exception. We'll hear about a new LLM, groundbreaking models, and the immediate thought is, how can we use this? That's the wrong question. It leads to solutions in search of problems, often resulting in expensive, complex projects that deliver marginal values. The true enterprise transformation begins by asking, what critical business problem are we trying to solve? What are our biggest efficiency? What are our strategic goals for the next 12 to 18 months? Instead of saying, we need to implement a Gen AI solutions, shift to, we need to reduce the time spent on drafting routine compliance report by 50%, or improve our customer service agents' first call resolution rate by 15%. Once you have that clearly defined outcome, then, and only then, do we explore if Gen AI is the most effective tools to achieve it or not. This brings us to a critical point about pragmatism. GenAI offers a spectrum of solutions from incredibly powerful pre-trained models accessible through simple API calls to highly complex multi-agent systems. Often, the most impactful applications are surprisingly straightforward. If your problem can be solved by generating text, summarizing information, or answer questions based on available data, then simple prompting is likely your starting point. Consider use cases like drafting marketing topics, summarizing internal documentations, or generating boilerplate codes. This can be achieved with minimal integration, offer speed of value without incurring the significant cost of building both spoke systems. On the flip side, there was a growing fascination with GenAI agent systems designed to autonomously perform multi-step tasks. While promising, they introduce significant complexity. I've seen organizations jump straight to designing elaborate agentic systems for problems that could have been solved with simpler methods. This often leads to increased development time and cost because more moving parts means more to build and debug. Furthermore, complex systems require more compute and specialized monitoring, and the unpredictable nature of autonomous agents makes ensuring governance and compliance in regulated environments a much harder challenge. Before you consider a sophisticated GenAI agent framework, ask yourself, does this task absolutely require autonomous, multi-step decision-making without human interventions? Are these steps truly dynamic or can be modeled with a simpler workflow? Do you have the infrastructure to reliably deploy and maintain such a system? For many enterprise applications, a human-in-the-loop approach combined with simpler GenAI assistance is not only more robust, but more ethical and easier to control. Start simple, iterate, and only add complexities when the incremental value truly outweighs the cost. So, if I identify the problems, you are thinking outcome first, and you are committed to pragmatic solutions. Now, how do you decide where to start? Not every potential GenAI applications is created equal. We need a way to prioritize, especially when resources are finite. My go-to framework here is a simple impact with effort matrix. It's not new, but it's incredibly effective for GenAI initiatives. Let's break down the quadrants. First, high impact and low effort. These are your sweet spots. Solutions that deliver significant business values with relatively minimal development or integration efforts. They build momentum, showcase early success, and secure buy-in for future initiatives. Examples: internal knowledge-based chatbots, automated content summarization for daily briefings, first draft generation for routine legals or HR documentations. The strategy should be prioritized aggressively. Go after these immediately to demonstrate value and learn. Second, high impact and high effort. These are the strategic bets. These are the transformation projects that require significant investment in time, resources, and often data infrastructure or change management. But if successful, they can redefine workflows, create new business models, or dramatically enhance customer experience. Examples: highly personalized customer engagement platforms, autonomous supply chain optimizations, advanced R&D assistance, complex code generation for low-vol applications. The strategy should be: let's plan carefully. Develop a clear roadmap, secure executive sponsorship, allocate dedicated teams, and manage expectations around timeline and risks. The third one is the low impact, low effort, which is nice to have. This might be interesting experiments or small improvements, but they don't move the needles much on your core business effectiveness. For example, generating internal memos, it is fun, but it's not transformational. Minor text rephrasing for non-critical documentations. The strategy here should be: let's address opportunistically. If you have spare capacity or a specific team wants to experiment without significant cost, go for it. But don't let this distract from higher impact work. Last but not the least, low impact, high effort, those we should avoid at all costs. This is where projects often get stuck, become zombie projects, or fail spectacularly. This consumes valuable resources without delivering meaningful returns. For example, building a custom GenAI model for a task that commercially off-the-shelf software already handles. Create complex agent systems for simple, repetitive tasks. The strategy here should be: let's actively deprioritize and avoid. Learn to say no to this, and your resources are better spent elsewhere. As leaders, our role is to objectively assess each potential GenAI use cases against this matrix. Be honest about both impact and effort. Don't let the lure of new technologies blind you to its true cost or limit benefits for a given problem. The promise of generative AI for enterprise transformation is immersed, truly monumental. But fulfilling that promise requires disciplines, pragmatism, and a laser focus on business value. To truly transform, remember these three core principles. Start with the problem and desired outcome, not the technology. Be pragmatic about complexity. leverage on simple prompting when sufficient, and only adopt complex solutions like agents when the problem absolutely demanded and the value justified the overhead. And prioritize ruthlessly using an impact with effort framework to ensure resources are dedicated towards quick wins and strategy bets. The future of enterprise AI isn't about how many GenAI models you've deployed. It's about how many critical business problems you've effectively solved and how much tangible value you've created for your organization and your customers. I'm incredibly passionate about helping organizations navigate this exciting yet challenging landscape. What are your biggest challenges implementing AI for transformation? What quick wins have you discovered, or what pitfalls have you avoided? Share your experience in the comments below. I read everyone, and your insights help us all learn and grow. If you found this discussion valuable, please like this video, subscribe to the channel for the pragmatic insights into AI and technology leadership, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next discussion. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.